Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our first annual CBS Cluster Draft. I'm Dirk Diggler.
And I'm Rockwell. For the first time ever, PAs will be able to select members of their own clusters. CBS is abandoning OSA's usual process after several complaints that its detailed, complex computer algorithm to select the clusters didn't involve computers or algorithms.
And of course, Chest, each of these candidates has had to go through a rigorous combine process to impress the scouts from each cluster in a variety of business school-related tests.
Networking.
So, what makes you get up in the morning?
My alarm clock.
Oh, thank you.
Beer pong.
Suck it! These women are leaning in too far.
And leaning in.
44.8 degree lean in.
Now let's take a look at some of the top prospects from the board. How about Chen Zhang? He originally programmed the first Facebook app in his TI-89 calculator, although he hasn't been able to use it because Facebook is blocked in China.
But he's been dropping down people's draft boards. Everyone assumes he can't speak English, despite getting a perfect verbal score on the GMAT.
Our very own Rollergirl is with Chin right now. My voice cracked because I am as yet becoming a man.
So, tell me, where do you think you'll end up in this draft?
Well, I had a great meeting with the PAs from clusters C and F, so I think
I'm sorry, I don't understand a word he's saying. So, yes, we're gonna work on getting a translator and we'll get back to you soon.
My prostate is the size of a watermelon.
Chest, it appears the Cluster A animals are ready to make the first pick.
We select Joni Taylor! Woo!
Wow, Cluster A snags Taylor.
She has her own blog with 5 unique visitors per month. I hear the bottom line is actively pursuing her in an effort to quintuple their readership.
It's a shame that the bottom line went digital because I can no longer use it to wipe my ass. Up next, Cluster B. They're calling themselves the Backstreet Boys.
Actually, Chest, we have determined that in light of results from the most recent community survey, Backstreet Persons is the most inclusive name.
Alright, and it looks like the first pick of round 37 is in. Let's go down the stage for Cluster D, Disney Enterprises, including Lucasfilm's selection.
Who are we?
Cluster D!
Who do we pick?
Samantha Glick!
This girl has a negative 590 GMAT, a 2.3 GPA from an online air conditioner repair school, and her only work experience is at Hooters. But she's had a really rough childhood, which could make for a great CBS Matters.
For just $60,000 a year, you can send Samantha Glick to business school.
Wow, just heartbreaking.
Rollergirl, you run into any PAs down there?
I'm with the Cluster C delegation right now. Roger, as captain of the Cats, what do you think of the way your squad is lining up so far?
Not great, Rollergirl. As you can see, we have a lot of white people. We really need to boost our diversity stats, and that's what we're looking to address with our next pick. Cluster C chooses, from Africa, Baruti
Great pick there by Cluster C. This African should really help with their ongoing diversity problem.
Wait a minute there, Dirk. I'm getting word that he might actually be white. What's that? Yes, I can confirm. Baruti Erasmus is from South Africa and is white.
Looks like Cluster C might need to start calling themselves the Caucasians. Next up, the Cluster. But first, let's check in with Rollergirl, who's with Cluster G.
Cluster Goody Two Shoes has an interesting mix of non-traditional candidates. We have someone from the Peace Corps, Teach for America, and a pediatrician.
Thanks, Rollergirl. Those backgrounds ought to translate really well to business.
So it seems the last pick is ready.
Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting word of a trade between clusters C, E, G, and Q.
Cluster C has sent an open-minded former musician to Cluster Q.
And Cluster Q sent a much-needed Spanish male to Cluster G.
I think Cluster Q assumed he was gay when they drafted him, but it turns out he was just European.
Easy mistake to make, Dirk.
And completing the circle here, Cluster G has offered its pediatrician and 3 Asians to be given American-sounding names later to Cluster E. And we have a deal.
And now it's time for our final pick. Oh my god, I don't believe it, folks. The final pick is our Glenn Hubbard! What an amazing turn of events!
And I've just been given a copy of his personal statement. Let's take a look. I hereby enroll myself in Columbia Business School, where it'll finally be my turn to show up 2 days a week, get drunk on the school's dime, and disappear to Belize for months at a time. Partay, partay, this is the dawning of the age of Glenn.
I gotta say, I don't really blame him.
Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the first, and likely last, CBS Cluster Draft. I'm Dirk Diggler.
And I'm just Rockwell.
Good night.
Cut.
Oh.